Hey guys, it's Smithy here. Welcome back to a brand new SmithCast podcast, and this is of course episode 6. And I have to apologise for missing last week's episode. I've just been too busy, and I wasn't really in the mood, or sort of my mind wasn't in the right place to sort of do one last week. And the reason for that being is I'll get onto it towards the end of this video, because I want to get all the gaming news out of the way, give my views and opinions on the gaming news, because there's been quite a lot lately, and you know, you'll understand why I didn't do one, etc. My mind's not in the right place, but you know, a new week has gone off and we are a lot fresher and life is a lot better, and I'm doing this at like 6 AM and I got up at 4 AM and I have work today, I have work Sunday, I have work Monday, Tuesday, whatever. And I'm just going to be very busy, so, you know, it's the 6 AM grind, I guess, after two hours of being awake. So, let's begin this with a congratulations to Sony and, you know, the people behind the PS4 on making 25 million sales. You know, surpassing 25 million sales on the PS4. That is incredible. GG. And you have to hand it to them, because you know, they've come from an era where the PS1 was great, the PS2 was even better, and you know, the PS3 comes out and it's like, oh, it's a setback really. In terms of reality, if you look at it now, it's like, oh, well, you know, it's not really that great, you know. But if you look at it back in those days when you got that PS3, it was like, oh my god, this is incredible, you know, it's going to be amazing. But if you look at the faults of the PS3 and why it didn't succeed as a top console, why it wasn't up there as number one, you can see, oh yeah, that was kind of a setback. Whereas the PS1 and the PS2, they were just the days. That was a gaming era. You know, gaming was awesome in those days, and it's awesome now, but it's just not as good as what it used to be. But you know, the PS3 did have its old faults. And you know, remember the dodgy XMB menu? They got hacked. They got shut off for like 2 months, and they were always going down. It was hard to code for. You know, games struggled to get patched because it was so hard to code for. They had the jailbreaking issues. They had the modding issues. And it just never really turned out to be that great. You know, the menu sucked. You know, when you wanted to delete messages, it sometimes took forever. If you wanted to delete a friend, you had to wait for your whole friend list to load up. Otherwise, it would do some creepy backing out shit, and it just wouldn't delete him, and you'd be there stuck forever. You know, there was a lot of stuff, but it was a smooth couple of years on the PS3 where they locked it down, and then they fucking installed SingStar. And you could never ever delete it, and you still can't to this day. And I've never understand why they've never ever removed fucking SingStar. I didn't buy SingStar. I'm not interested in SingStar. Get it off my fucking PS3. Fuck off, SingStar. I don't want you in my fucking PS3. Fuck off. It's just permanently installed, and you can't delete it. You can't remove it. There's no setting, and it's never been addressed. And I'm just wondering if everyone at Sony is just like, yeah, people love SingStar. Let's just permanently install it into our firmware, because everybody loves SingStar. No, we don't. Fuck off. But anyway, PS4 has surpassed 25 million sales, and that is absolutely amazing. You know, the PS4 is the best console to be on right now. It's amazing. They've hit a home run with it, and it's so glad to see Sony be back on top, and just really, I don't know, just bringing the best years back, and just doing everything right, doing it for the gamers, and sort of just making the best sort of console they can. And the PS4 was amazing, so GG. So also talking about Sony, they've also come out this week and confirmed that you are going to be able to vote for your PlayStation Plus games every single month. Now this is really interesting, and this is really good. This is a really good move by Sony. Now normally PlayStation Plus is a thing where you pay, you can either pay it for 1 month, 3 months, or 12 months, and basically you get 2 or 3 games for each console that you own. So you can get 2 to 3 free games on the PS4 every month, and on the PS3 every month, and on the Vita every month. And everyone remembers we got Rocket League this month, etc., and it's going to be awesome. And now they're going to allow us, the public, to decide. So how they're going to do this is users will be able to vote for their favorite game from a list of 3 titles. The winning game would then be offered as a PlayStation Plus freebie the following month, while the other 2 would be discounted, and you can see which game is winning and change your vote at any time. So that's really good, and that's really key, because some people are just like, they know one game on there on the list, and they'll just be like, yeah, I'll just vote for that one because that one's there. And then they go check the other 2 out, and they're like, wow, you know, those 2 are actually really good, and I want to play one of them. But it's also been noted that when they say discounted, it's going to be discounted for other people, and if you're a PlayStation Plus subscription fee holder, then you'll get an even more discounted amounts as you normally do. But it's going to be interesting to see how they work with this, and I think a lot of people are actually going to see this in a move in the right direction, because a lot of people over the past couple of months, if you go back on to, like, if you go to their original like Sony YouTube, the PlayStation 4, when they revealed the monthly games, a lot of people seemed disappointed, like, oh, it's all indie games, etc. Well, now the public and the gamers actually have a say in what they play. I know they don't choose the list, but they actually get to choose which games from the list they want, which is a really cool move by Sony, and I think a lot of people will support this, and I think a lot of people will get behind this and say, well done, Sony, well done. You know, this is why you're selling 25 million consoles, you know, because you're listening to the gamers, you're giving everything the gamers want, and this is another step in the right direction. So GG, Sony. Also, talking about Sony, you're officially going to be able to play your PS4 games, preferably shooter games, with a mouse and keyboard. Yes, mouse and keyboard is coming to PlayStation 4 and PS3. So there is a new keyboard on the market, which is called the Tactical Assault Commander 4, and it is scheduled for an October the 9th release date, and it is priced on Amazon at £86 on Amazon, like I just said. And the keyboard sees the PlayStation buttons located in positions for a neutral PC player in the shooting genre. Together with the mouse, it is also compatible with the PS4 and PS3, and also comes with programmable buttons and LED backlight. So that is really cool. Sony are again listening to the fans, and look at that. October the 9th, what game comes out? Well, there's quite a few shooters coming out in the next month after October, November, you know. So this is a great move. PS4 has been needing mouse and keyboard support for a while. It was actually confirmed that it was already in the console. It's just no one really found like a legitimate way, you know, and Sony are officially licensing this. So this is really cool. I don't know if they're going to add Bluetooth mouse and keyboard later down the line. Maybe they will. But again, this is, you know, this is appealing. This is good news. This hopefully can get some of the PC gamers that say, hey, you know, I want to play on the PS4, but they don't have a mouse and keyboard, or Xbox One, whatever. Well, hopefully this will address some of those issues, and hopefully Sony will only get better from this. And I see this keyboard being a very sort of successful bundle for the PlayStation 4, because a lot of people have requested that, you know, you be able to play Call of Duty or any shooter game, or just any game really, you know, with mouse and keyboard, because some people just can't play with a controller. I mean, the controller that comes with the PS4 is terrible. In my eyes, it's really bad. I really don't like it. I just don't like the design. I don't like how it feels. I don't like how it is. And I'm so glad I got a SCUF controller, because they're just so much better. They're so much more comfier to use, and it's just better. It's just better for me, and I just enjoy playing with that a bit more. Whereas, you know, to me, the DualShock 4 just doesn't feel that great. I feel like a downgraded version of the DualShock. You know, the DualShock 3 was so good. The DualShock 2, the DualShock, you know, they were all great controllers. And then the DualShock 4 comes out, and it's just like a cheaper version, and it's just it's just not good. And to me, you know, I always prefer the PS3 controller. The PS3 controller is probably the best controller ever invented for me. It's so comfy. It just fits in everyone's hands. It's just perfect, and it's just amazing. And you know, I wish I wish they did like a DualShock 4.1 and brought like a revamped DualShock 3 controller. Maybe if you didn't really need the touchpad. You know, I don't really see many games using the touchpad, to be quite fair. So if they did that, that'd be pretty cool. But who knows? Who knows what Sony has in store for us over the next few years? And yeah, talking about Microsoft and the Xbox One, Phil Spencer has come out this week and said that they are currently working on a way to get streaming so that you can work with a Windows 10 PC and stream it on your Xbox One. But it's going to be a challenge because there's currently no timeline, and because they're encoding the games and ensuring the right amount of bandwidth, it's a bit of a challenge according to Phil Spencer. So this is something that would improve the Xbox, but I don't really feel like it's something that many Xbox users are requesting, because if you buy a game on PC, why would you want to stream it on your Xbox? Because surely you'd rather just have it on PC, because I understand that you can have it on your TV, etc. Yeah, it might be quite helpful, but if you buy a game on PC, you want to play on PC, don't you? You know, to me, it's just like, yeah, it'd be cool, but it's going to be pointless. But hey ho, Microsoft are good at normally doing pointless things, and they're certainly taking things into addition. So also, talking about Windows 10, a lot of people are getting pretty pissed off with Windows 10 because it is making you pay money to remove Solitaire adverts and Minesweeper adverts. So they did this in Windows 8 and Windows 8.1 in Solitaire. You had to upgrade to Premium, which cost either £1.49 a month or £10 a year. And it's, to me, you know, these are games that should just come with every PC and should be free to play. These are just great, iconic games, and this is what Microsoft integrated into our system, into our operating system, and we shouldn't have to pay to remove adverts. Just get them off. Solitaire and Minesweeper, I mean, to me, I don't even play them that often. I used to play them, like, before having a decent internet was a thing. You know, and there was nothing to do. You just go on the computer. I always used to play them at school. School was always the one where you played Solitaire and Minesweeper, because they were just games built on the system, and every gaming website was banned. So it's like, you know what, I'll just play Solitaire or Minesweeper. Sod it. And you know, I used to play it at home when I was much younger. So you know, but now I haven't played Solitaire in a good 5-6 years, and you know, it doesn't look like I'll be playing it anytime soon unless I play it online, because I'm not paying for that shit. Like, yeah, it's adverts, etc., and I understand they're trying to make a profit off this Windows 10, and they are giving it out to you know, free users from Windows 7 to Windows 8, etc. But come on, you messed up with Windows 8 and Windows 8.1. You fucked up. So you should be giving the customers a whole new revamping operating system, because Windows 8 fucked. You know, it failed, it flopped, and we deserve a brand new copy. And speaking of Windows 10, I've been trying to install it on my PC, and it just keeps on running into errors. It's so fucking annoying, because you know, these PCs, right? Microsoft has it. I don't know, my PC just struggles with Microsoft updates. Every single time I do a Microsoft update, right? My PC's fine. My PC's healthy. It's got no viruses. It's great. It runs many games, etc. But when it comes to fucking updating, now I've had my PC disabled from updates for about 6 or 7 months now. And since then, there's probably been a lot of updates out for Windows 8. For Windows 8, and I've disabled them, so I haven't installed them, etc. And now I'm downloading them, and I'm trying to install them all, and it just keeps on like failing to install. So I've disabled it again. I've tried to install Windows 10, and then it just fails again and again and again. It's just like, oh my god! It's like, oh god, things are just so complicated. But no, I'll hopefully get around to it at some point. You know, hopefully we can just run it. So we're almost done with the gaming stuff. There is one massive big gaming news that China has lifted the video game console ban after 15 years of how companies can now manufacture and sell consoles anywhere in the region, which is really cool and really awesome, because what that will do for Sony and Microsoft is going to be great, and Nintendo, etc. And it's going to be awesome because, you know, why the fuck would you ban video consoles anyway? Like, video consoles aren't the reason why the world is messed up. It's not. There is only one reason why the world is messed up, and that's because of religion. Now, some people may hate that, but it's true. Religion has messed up a lot of countries and messed up a lot of people, because a lot of people believe in so much fake bullshit. And, you know, I do apologize if someone does get offended by that, but religion isn't true. Nothing is. like that. You can't prove that God's real, etc. But religion has fucked up with so many countries, and it's the reason why many countries are at neck and neck, because one country believes in this silly rule and the other one doesn't, and it causes a fight, and then people fight, and it starts wars, and you make a lot of enemies. So hopefully I didn't offend anyone. I'm just, like I said, I'm having my opinion. I'm entitled to that. So hey ho. And Zombie U is coming on PS4 and Xbox One and the PC. It comes out on August the 10th. Zombie U is a game that was created by Ubisoft, and it's a zombie sort of survival game. It's kind of like Dying Light, probably like a bit of a cheaper version though, or it might be more expensive. Well, it's not more expensive, but I mean, more like a cheaper-fied version of Dying Light. It looks a really cool game, and it's going to be available, like I said, August the 18th, not August the 10th. I don't know why I said August the 10th, but it's going to be available on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Digital only. I don't know if they're releasing CD editions. They probably will later down the line, but it's going to be called Zombie, I think it's going to be called. So it's going to be interesting to see how that does. I'll be sure to play it. I'll be sure to give my opinion on that. And as I was just talking about China, lifting the video console ban, that's going to be huge for gaming companies, because they have a brand new audience, and there are a lot of people who build a lot of great stuff in China, develop great stuff, and maybe that'll bring a hell of a lot more developers through who can now upload their stuff on the stores and sort of like get a feel for the consoles, and it just makes more awesome games come, really. So moving on, we have some Black Ops 3 news, and then we shall get into some topics, etc. So Black Ops 3 beta is almost here. 18 days away from playing this thing. 2 weeks and 4 days, and I really can't wait. I really cannot wait. However, for some reason, I'm just more excited for zombies this year than I am the multiplayer. Now that may just be because the last 2 games that I've sort of played in Call of Duty, Ghost and Advanced Warfare, they just haven't lived up to the hype. The multiplayer just hasn't been there. It's just not been great. It's been buggy, it's been horrible. It's not really impressed me. And I think as a guy that sort of plays Call of Duty most days, when I play Call of Duty from COD 4 to MW2 to Black Ops 2, etc., I played them most nights, and I think from upgrading to next gen hardware, you feel like, oh, the game's going to be so much better now. It's going to be awesome. They've got so much stuff to work with now, and now they can do so much things. And Ghost and Advanced Warfare, they just haven't lived up to that. They really haven't. Advanced Warfare was something new, but the exosuits got boring by January. The DLC's been good, I have to say. They've done awesome in the DLC prospects. Making maps and everything like that. I like the maps, but there's no desire for me to get on the game every night. There's no desire for me to even play the game, and it's sad. Even though I like the fact that they listen to the fan base, they listen to the community, and they've got a great pitch for Advanced Warfare 2 or whatever they do next. Sledgehammer have, and that's awesome, because they've now got a fan base. They can now go ahead and develop their new Call of Duty for 3 years ahead, and they can build for the future, and they'll make a better game than what they have now, which is amazing. And Infinity Ward, you just don't know with them, because let's face it, Modern Warfare 3 wasn't that great either. Ghost wasn't that great. Ghost was terrible, and I don't know if they can actually take a risk in calling their next Call of Duty Ghost 2. And Black Ops 3 comes out, and Black Ops 2 was amazing. Black Ops 2 really was a good Call of Duty, and I enjoyed that. And I'm excited for Black Ops 3, but in terms of getting excited for the multiplayer, yes, it looks good, but I think the beta is going to tell a lot, and the beta is going to be sort of like a demo version, isn't it, really? Where it's a make or hate relationship, where you can either make it that you love it, or you can break it, or you can enjoy the beta, get the game, and then be disappointed with the game at launch. But I think the beta is going to be awesome. I think In Dave we trust, and I think Black Ops 3 and Treyarch is going to deliver a good game, nice balanced game. And on August the 5th, so in 4 days time from this podcast, they're going to reveal esports, and that's going to be awesome because esports in Black Ops 2 was so fucking good. And yeah, so Black Ops 2 was really good in the esports sense, and I'm sorry if you recognise the differences in my voice and the tempo, etc. That was because I needed a drink, so I had to just end there. I didn't bring any drink upstairs with me. I didn't have a cup of tea or any water, and I'm not going to drink alcohol because it's 6 AM and I have work soon. So, I should have brought some stuff up, but I didn't, so I do apologise. If you recognise the difference, then hey ho. But the show must go on, and we can revive it now. So yeah, as I was saying, Black Ops 2 in the esports sense was really cool and really interesting to watch. The way League Play worked, and the way, the way the maps were built, the way the pro team were built. You remember when Optic were playing, was it Unite, I think it was, where it had like Parasite and Killer, and there was that van on standoff, and the van blows up. Killer's just about to capture the flag, and he doesn't have flak jacket on, and then the van explodes, and Nature gets the return. Incredible stuff. And then Cole and Falrico, and everything like that. Black Ops 2 was just so good. And Clayster, remember when he got that crossbow on standoff with the van and it just explodes? It's just awesome stuff, entertaining stuff to watch all the time. Like, I watched every MLG tournament on there because it was just so fun to watch. The maps, the way they worked with the score streaks. Like, people were using RCXD cars smartly. And, you could shoot Hellstorm missiles down and everything like that. And just the way people worked with, like, the different gun variety. You had the Scorpion, you had the AN-94, you had the MSMC. You had the B23R, the Cat 40, even though the Cat 40 eventually got banned, but you had a nice little bit of like gun variety, and I'm missing some as well from that list as well. But in Advanced Warfare, it's just Bell and the thingy, whatever it is, the submachine gun, ASM-1, there we go. It's just the Bell and the ASM-1 and someone runs a sniper. That's it all the time. That's all it is. Call of Duty Ghosts, it was just MTAR and Vector all the time. And it just hasn't been that great. And to be completely honest, it's just been boring to watch as a viewer and as a fan. Black Ops 2, I wasn't into esports, but when I put it on, it was like, wow, this is really interesting. Like, this is really good to watch. And Black Ops 2, look at my bank account and everything like that. The way, the choo-choo train from Killer. And, these memories that Black Ops 2 created sort of made the esports scene. Nadeshot got big in Black Ops 2. Nadeshot was about to quit, in Black Ops 2, because he couldn't afford to live that way. When Black Ops 2 first came out, he was streaming every single day. It wasn't working out for him. But then eventually he managed to do it. He kept on going, and now look at him. He's blown up. Scumpy's now at 1 million subs. And Black Ops 2 is such an amazing game. Now, Advanced Warfare, Advanced Warfare is interesting to watch it competitively. When it comes to Uplink, I think Uplink is really good to watch. But apart from that, it's nothing. The gun variety is shit. The kill streaks are shit. The kill streaks were shit in Ghost as well, and it's really not good. So hopefully, Black Ops 3 can sort of bring back the hype that Black Ops 2 had for esports, and sort of like get a lot of love from the fans and the community. And hopefully we see Nadeshot and Big Timer, revived and sort of come out of retirement. And hopefully we see Merc come out. Merc has had a pretty tough 2 years. He had some success on MV at Ghost, etc. But it just, I don't know, he just hasn't really been the same player. So I really hope Merc comes back, and it'd be interesting to see what Aches and TP do, because those two are now teaming together. And, when Black Ops 3 comes out, who's not to say that Aches and TP might hit up Clayster and all team again, etc. And, but there's no doubt that the duo of Aches and TP, the best partnership pretty much in Call of Duty history, is going to reunite again for Black Ops 3 because they are a dominant force in Treyarch games. So who knows? It's going to be an interesting sort of year for the esports, and it's going to be so interesting to see what kill streaks are available, what guns, if specialists will be a part of esports, etc. And it's just going to be awesome. And I really can't wait for the first event, and August the 5th. Really, August the 5th can't come any quicker, because I think not only will we learn a lot about the esports, we'll also learn a lot about the game itself, how it will handle, what's going to be good, how the sort of like two communities, the Pub Stomper and the pro community is going to be apart, what's that going to be like, how balanced is it going to be, etc. And it's just going to be interesting to see what they do, and I really can't wait. So, talking about why I missed last week's show, the reason for that being is that I've got a lot of things going on. I'm always working now. I'm doing a lot of overtime. I'm also working for another company as well, so I'm busy. And last week there just really wasn't many topics, and also my head wasn't in the right place because I don't know if some of you are aware, but recently I've gone from being in a relationship for almost 2 years to sort of like splitting up and drifting away, and she's in a like really bad place right now. And I don't know, like I can't, in me myself, I've always sort of like helped her. I've helped her for like 3 years, and I've always been there for her, and I've always like stood out from everyone else who's tried to help her in a way. I've always gone the extra mile for her, etc. I've done everything I can, and now it's just like, well, now I'm trying to help, but I feel like it's too far buried from me. Like, she has no sort of desire to sort of like fix herself and get back out there and just like go ahead and live your life kind of thing. Like, when I say like get back out there, I'm not talking about like go ahead and fix yourself, go find someone new. I'm talking about like go ahead and like fix your life, get back out there in the real world and sort of like tackle your issues and sort of deal with what life throws at you, because if you don't, you'll be a no one. And these people like me who are trying to help her, and when I say I'm trying to help her, I mean like I'm there for her, trying to give her support. I'm trying to contact her, I'm trying to see if she's okay, and sometimes she'll ignore me, etc. And eventually there'll be a time where I won't give a fuck anymore, and because she's ignoring me or drifting away, etc., I'll be gone. I'll be done with it. And then she'll come back and I'll be like, what? Oh, right, yeah, remember that time? Yep, okay, bye, fuck off. And I'm almost at that stage right now, and it's really pissing me off, because in a way I kind of feel like, well, hang on, if she doesn't text me, why should I bother texting her? It's like I always text her. Like, I'm not like all the time texting her, but I mean like I'll text her every day saying, hey, you're alright, etc., whatever, checking if she's okay. And I do that because if I don't, then I know she won't text me, and I know if she doesn't text me, then she'll sort of like drift away from me. I don't want her to drift away from me, and I know that deep down, she doesn't want that. But right now, she's not herself. She's not a normal person. She's kind of like messed up in a way. She's dealing with a lot, etc. But she has to get over her fears. She has to get over what she's dealing with. And it's just messing with my mind. And we had a conversation, and she was bringing all her past up, etc. And she said some stuff which she apologized for saying, and it kind of just like got on my head a bit. And it's nice to sort of like be working, so like I can like drift away with it, switch off from that sort of stuff. And last week it just really didn't really, I don't know, I just didn't want to be a part of that anymore. I just really, I don't know, right now I'm like, I'm almost done with this. I'm almost about ready to wash my hands with it and just say, well, fuck it. Enjoy life. See ya. Just move on from everything. Like, not even be friends anymore. Just fuck off. Just not talk anymore, etc. I'm almost at that point because it's so hard to sort of go on day by day, just being ignored. And when you care about someone so much and you want to help them, and they're not willing to help themselves, it's kind of hard, because how do you give them that inspiration for that little click of the fingers to say, look, you're in a hard place, but if you don't do something about it, it's only going to get harder. Because like I said, these people that are trying to help you, they want what's best for you. They want you to go out there and achieve. They want you to be happy, to smile, to live a life that you enjoy, that you want to be a part of. And yet you're not willing to do that. You're not willing to try. You're giving up on everything. You're not willing to do anything. You have no desire. You have no inspiration. And you need to go out there and find some inspiration. You need to go out there and press a button that activates your sort of like self-belief in yourself, and go out there and get a new job, make a new life, get new friends, have some enjoyment in life. And I just feel like she doesn't have that. She doesn't want to do anything. She just, she would rather not be here than be here right now. And to me, because I care for her so much, I feel like it's my sort of like mess or my sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I've got to solve this. I've got to fucking snap her out of it, because if I don't, then no one will, and I don't want her to get worse. But the fact is, she's been like this for like 8 months, and she's getting worse each month. She's getting worse each day, every week. And the fact is, in 4 months' time, it's going to be a year since her granddad passed away, which is why she's like this, because she lost someone so close to her, and that's going to hit her for another 6. And she's going to be she's going to be in a worse condition than what she is now 4 months down the line. And that's why she has to deal with it right now, rather than get hit for another 6 and be, 2 years of nothing in life. 2 years of being away from everything and just shutting your system down. It's not good for her, it's not good for her life, and it's not good for her future, and she's just got to change. And that kind of like messed with my mind a little bit, because I don't know, like I said, I just got so annoyed. I just got so sort of upset. I just got so like kind of like depressed. I'm so glad that I've conquered my depression. I wouldn't say I'm actively depressed, but I think we all go through that stage in life where, once you get that first sign of depression, you'll never get rid of that sign of depression. But you sort of overcome. You sort of say, well, look, my life isn't that great right now, but I'll move on from it. I'll get to where I want to be in life. I'll make something of my life. Or, if you lose a job, etc. I lost my job in February. Well, no, not in February. I started a job in February. I lost it in April, towards the end of May, kind of thing, because the company that I was working for went bust. So, by May, I was actively job searching for like 1 or 2 weeks. I got a new job, now I'm working and I'm enjoying it, and my life's got better, and this job is great for me, it's just great, it makes me a lot happy, I'm happy to go to work, I'm happy to do overtime, I'm happy to, I just enjoy where I'm working. I'm at a good surrounding. I've made a lot of new friends, it's a great community of working, etc., and it's just awesome. And to anyone that says they can't do it, that they can, because wherever you want to be in life, people have gotten there before. So it's not impossible. The only thing that is stopping you is yourself. And the reason why you're stopping yourself is because you're scared of failing. And everyone gets scared of failing, but the fact is, life is one big failure. You just gotta, no one lives a life where they don't fail at something. And you have to make the best of life and learn to cope with failure and learn to get better and learn to either fail and do something different, or fail and try again and become a better person in that sense. And, if you do fail, then you need to either, if you want to do that as a career, you need to give it another shot. You need to, look at it this way. People fail their driving test. They don't just quit at life. You know, they don't just say, look, I failed it once, I'm never ever doing it again. You know, they do it twice, they do it 3 times, they do it 4 times, they do it 5 times. They eventually get there. You know, some people it takes 10 times, 20 times, you know, whatever. And, you know, that's the way you need to be with your life. You know, you need to look at your life and say, look, I may have messed up here, I may have did something wrong there, you know, something may have, you know, not worked out for me, but, you know, I'm going to try again, I'm going to go for it again, I'm going to fucking not give up, I'm going to fucking fight for it, I'm going to give it all my all, and, you know, it's my desire to go and succeed in life, because, you know, life has 3 values, you know, you have happiness, success, and money. You know, those are the 3 things you need in life, and you know, you get these like little add-ons like love and etc. But the fact is that life, you know, you need happiness, you need success, and you need money. You don't have any money, you won't have any success. Well, you know, you can sort of like measure your success in other realities, but you know, you need to be happy. You need, you know, because when you're happy, you're the most successful. You know, not many people are successful and aren't happy. You know, I'm just gonna take a sip of my water, not a drip. Ah, there we go. Absolutely love it. So as I was saying, you know, we got happiness, successful, and money. You know, you need money because money, you know, unfortunately, the world is the world is sort of evolved around money. Everything costs money, and you need money to get around. You know, you don't have money, then you don't have anything. Unfortunately, you know, you can't buy anything with anything else rather than money. So you need money. I'm not saying go ahead and become a millionaire. I'm saying you need money. So you need to get a job or find somewhere having an income, etc. So, you know, it is what it is. Happiness comes, you know, you can express happiness in many ways. You know, you can either do it in finding someone that makes you happy, finding, you know, a job that you love working, a career that you love, you know, be around people that make you happy, you make yourself happy, etc. Or just meet someone that you love, etc. And, you know, they are the ones that sort of like determine your success, because you need to be in a happy environment for success. Like I said, no one who's unhappy is, you know, really that successful, because, you know, happiness is the key to life. Happiness, laughter, etc. It's all the key to life. You have to be, you know, you have to want to be here to sort of, you know, have an enjoyable life. You know, if you're living a life where, you know, you're the happiest guy on earth, you know, you're smiling all the time, you're laughing all the time, you know, you love your job, you love your family, you love where you're at in life, then your life's perfect. You know, even if you don't have 20 fast cars or a mansion, etc. You know, because happiness can't be brought by money. You know, sure, you can be a millionaire and buy one of the fastest cars in the world, but that happiness will only last for a day maybe, or a few weeks, etc., a few hours. And as soon as you get out of that car, it's just like, well, you know, it's not really that great, you know. Yeah, I own it, yeah, I've drove it, but it's not really happiness, is it? And, you know, I just hate these people that just sort of like say they can't do it when they can, kind of thing. Like, why can't you do it? Oh, because I just can't, because, you know, I just can't do it. Well, why? Tell me why. I just can't, you know. Well, you can. If you want to do it, you can do it. Like, no one... I don't know, a lot of people just don't understand that. Like, a lot of people who start YouTubes, you know, let's say YouTube, for example, you know, a lot of people who dream to be the next PewDiePie, the next Syndicate, the next big thing on YouTube, you know, the next CNANas, Captain Sparkles, or whatever, you know, these people who've got 8, 9, 10, you know, 40 million subs, whatever. You know, these people who sort of like get inspired by that, who want to be that, they'll start off YouTube and they'll quit within like a month or a week, and they'll just say, you know, I just can't do it. Why? Well, you know, YouTube just doesn't support smaller channels anymore, you know, there's no way to get found, etc. Well, that doesn't mean you can't do it. You know, you have to find a way to drag subs in. You got to network with people, you got to work your way up, you know. YouTube can do wonderful things for you, you know. It can get you an income, it can support you, it can make you a business, etc. And people don't realize that, you know, you can do it. It just takes a bit of time, dedication, and effort. you put those in, you'll get somewhere, and that's it. That's the biggest sort of conquer of YouTube, really. You know, it takes time, it takes effort. You got to have the desire, not be in it for the money, be in it for the hobby stuff, be in it for the fun side of stuff, and you got to want it. You know, you got to go and thrive it. You got to go and network with people. You got to go and put your all into it, because if you don't, there's another YouTuber that is putting their all into it, and the subscribers will find him. I'm just gonna have another sip of my water. Oh God, water's such an incredible thing. So nice. And it's like being a footballer, really, you know? You know, because if you look at footballers, you know, there's so many footballers, you know, there's thousands, millions of footballers, etc. You know, Bale, Ronaldo, you know, who cost 80, 70 mil, whatever. You know, they don't just become good overnight. It takes dedication. You know, David Beckham doesn't become the best crosser in England or one of the best crossers in the world just by a fluke, you know. He practiced every single day, you know, and it's like that, you know. Commentators who commentate on football games, you know, sports, etc., you know, they didn't get there by fluke. They didn't get there because they just, you know, they just stepped up to it. They put dedication and they worked on their voice. They worked on how it came out. You know, they worked on their knowledge of the sport, etc. And you've got to continue working. Actors, you know, actors, you know, it's more of a personality thing with actors, you know. You sort of have to get into your role, get into your character, you know. You have to develop the personality that you get. You have to take risks, you have to take chances, you have to step up to the mark, you have to sort of be yourself, but sort of like make your voice a different person, you know, because you've got to do many voices, you've got to have many sort of characters when you're an actor, etc. And so many people just lose focus on their dreams and their ambitions because they think, well, I've tried this, but I'm getting nowhere, and I can't do it. Of course you can. Of course you can. You are your biggest sort of hater, you know. You'll look at yourself and you'll try and you'll be like, well, you know, I'm shit at this, or I can't do this. You know, you're your biggest failure yourself, you know. You don't have that, you know, people look at themselves and be like, well, hang on a second, you know, shit, you know, why am I bothering with this? And, you know, I'm shit at this, you know, I'm terrible, you know, but, you know, you're sort of like your biggest sort of hater. And the moment you look at yourself and say, well, hang on a minute, if you look at a year ago, how much I've improved and how much my life has changed, you know, I should actually be proud of myself. I should be smiling, I should be happy, because I've come so far and I've overcome a lot of things. And that's what people miss in life. That's what people don't judge life on. And, you know, life is a hard thing to live, but, you know, you just gotta learn the ride and learn to, you know, get back on track. And, you know, sometimes you can have the worst life ever, but you can still make it a good life. And, you know, like I said, you know, you might not get the best job in the world, but if you enjoy the best job, if you enjoy your job, then it's really the best job in the world. My job's not the greatest. You don't need a lot of skill to do it, but I enjoy it, and, you know, I'm happy with my job. Well, my jobs. Sorry. But, you know, I enjoy them, and that's all that matters. So some people might, you know, some people who are higher up on me may say, oh, look, your job's shit, it's pointless in doing. And it's like, well, hang on a second, I've got 2 jobs that I enjoy doing, so, you know, how are they shit? You know, if I enjoy them, then I'm happy to go to work every single day. You know, I'm happy to do whatever I need to do at work, you know. So it is what it is. Look at bin men, you know. Bin men, you know, they get a lot of sort of, oh, I'd hate to be a bin man comments, you know. Why are you a bin man? You know, you must have failed in school, you know, it's a low-end job, etc. Well, no. That bin man's there, and if he didn't enjoy his job, then he wouldn't be there. You know, people who don't enjoy their jobs hate their lives, you know. It's like, oh, I gotta go to work, like, oh, I fucking hate work. Oh, that fucking manager's a dickhead, oh, he's a prick, you know, whatever. And they lose desire, you know, they don't want to go to work, they take risks, they try and get as much work off, etc. But the reality is that, you know, when you're in a job, you're in it to win it, and you're there to get money, and that money helps you survive, and, you know, that money can, like I said, you know, make excitement for you and happiness, because you can buy something with that money. You can buy games, you can buy a phone, you can buy a gadget, you can buy anything, clothes, whatever, go out with your mates, etc. And it creates something. So I'm going to wrap up this episode 6 of the SmithCast podcast here because I don't really have any more topics. I've spoken about all the gaming news. I've sort of expressed my opinion on life, etc., and given a bit of advice out. And I've sort of, told the reason, or partly the reason why I didn't upload last week. And, like I said, I'm recording this and it's now 10 to 7. I've got other videos to record, so I'm just going to end it here. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, then please do leave a like. Be sure to subscribe for more podcasts and other gaming news and gaming videos and gaming content, etc. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on this podcast and what we expressed in here and topics, etc. And yeah, peace.